Daisy, Mom says that she's got something that she wants to talk to us about.
Mom said that?
Yes, it's true. I have something that I want to talk to the two of you about. To be honest, that's the reason I got both of you down here today.
What is it, Mom? Is there something wrong? Has something happened?
It's about your new place, that's all. I was just wondering what you would say if I asked you to come to live here with me. Just for 2 years. That's all.
Excuse me? We've decided to rent somewhere, you see.
I know. Don't bother renting anywhere and live here with me for 2 years. I have a big apartment in the city, you see. If you live here for just 2 years, I'll give it to you. Daisy, don't you think that's quite a good deal?
An apartment? I didn't know that you had an apartment, Mom.
Yes, I have one. The only reason that I haven't said anything until now is because I've been renting it out, you see. I didn't know if I'd be able to give it to the two of you or not, so I just decided to keep quiet about it. They told me the other day that they'll be moving out at the beginning of next year. The two of you can have it. It's a new build, so it's pretty nice.
Oh, in that case, we'll just rent a small place for 2 years, then move into your apartment, Mom.
Did you say that because you don't want to live with me?
No, Mom, it's not that at all. It's just that your place is pretty small, and I think you and Dad will be uncomfortable if the two of us moved in as well.
I don't think we'd be uncomfortable at all. We like living with other people. It's better than the house feeling quiet and empty. If you're worried about the house being too small for you, the two of you can take the master bedroom.
Pardon? No, that's not what I was trying to say either, Mom.
So what exactly are you trying to say? What's the problem? All I can think is that you can't stand the thought of living with us, so you're going to let this perfect opportunity to get your own apartment pass you by. She's right, Daisy. We have to think about our future, don't we? I think if we're going to have kids in the future, it'd be a good idea to start saving so that we can get a decent-sized apartment from the start, you know? Ryan's right. The two of you should just move into the apartment I'm thinking of giving you and keep the money you've saved for a house so that you can use it later when the need arises. I'm not going to ask for any money or anything for the apartment. I'm just planning on giving it to you. So to be honest, you have nothing to lose now, do you? Daisy, let's move in with my mom and dad. Just for 2 years, eh? It's only 2 years. Just think of it as us saving money for our future. 2 years is such a short period of time in the grand scheme of things. We're going to be together for so much longer than that, aren't we? The money we save by doing this would make good seed money for anything we wanted to do later.
Shall we?
I think you should. You'd be stupid not to. Have a good think about it. The two of you really have nothing to lose and everything to gain in this deal. You don't need to worry about moving in with us either. We're only doing it to give the two of you the chance to have a better life together. That's all.
Oh, I see.
Daisy?
Yes, what is it?
I've quit my job.
What? What do you mean you've quit your job?
Exactly that. I've quit. What else would I mean?
I mean, why? How can you just suddenly quit your job like that? Don't you think you were being a bit rash?
Well, I knew that if I discussed it with you first, that there's no way that you'd let me quit. So I just did it without saying anything to you.
Even so, you shouldn't just make huge important decisions like that on your own. You aren't single anymore. You're a married man. You're the head of our little family, and you're supposed to act responsibly. We're a couple. We should talk things through together. You're currently the one who's making money at the moment. Well, you were anyway. So what you choose to do has a huge effect on me as well. How could you just suddenly quit your job without even so much as mentioning it to me beforehand?
I quit for a reason, you know. I have thought about it all properly. Do you really think I'd quit without thinking it through or having other plans in place?
You thought it through, did you? What exactly are you planning to do now, then? You better tell me what it is that you've apparently got planned.
I'm going to start my own business.
What? Are you having a laugh? Is that your big plan?
You shouldn't look down on or laugh at other people's plans, you know. Starting my own business has been a dream of mine for some time now. I was only working in a company like that so that I could make enough money to be able to make my dream of starting my own business a reality. That's all. I really hated every minute of it, you know. I hate working for someone and being told what to do all the time. But I just kept thinking that it was all so that I could start my own business.
How exactly are you going to do all of this then? I really don't have a clue what it is you're going on about all of a sudden. So the reason that you've suddenly quit your job is because you think you have enough seed money to start your own business now. Is that it? Where exactly is all of this money that you've apparently saved? Starting your own business isn't cheap, you know. What kind of business is it that you're planning to start?
Ask me one question at a time, will you? I can't even keep up when you're firing random questions at me like that.
What exactly is this amazing business that you're planning to start?
Well, I'm thinking of operating a handmade burger shop or something like that. Something that follows the trends of young people these days.
You what?
Don't you watch YouTube at all? Recently, handmade burgers are all the rage. If you tap into the minds of the young people, you can do nothing but succeed. If I had the money, I'd like to open a burger and a dessert place at the same time. What do you think about it?
Okay, so where exactly are you planning to get the money you need for all of these big plans then? Do you have enough money to open a shop? Do you even know how much premises are in the city these days?
Of course I do. I've looked everything like that up. I'm not totally stupid. And why do you keep saying that we don't have any money? We have the money that we saved up to get a house, don't we?
Have you lost your mind? Have you forgotten why we've moved in with your parents right now? Why on earth would you plan to spend that money?
Daisy, why are you being like this? I feel quite hurt, you know. Didn't you hear what Mom said when we spoke with her about the house and stuff? She said that she didn't want any money for the apartment, that she was going to give it to us so that we could use the money we'd save for something else.
So you remember exactly what Mom said. How can you not remember what you said yourself? You said that if we're going to have children, it would be good if we could get a big place to start with and save our money a bit at a time.
Oh, yes, I do remember saying that actually. But have another think about that. If I start a business now and we get it all up and running and doing well before we have kids, we can easily make 2 or 3 times what we are making now. The sum of money would be definitely much bigger than what we have now.
Do you think that starting your own business is as easy as that? If it was that easy, why would people work in companies for others to make ends meet? Everyone would just start their own business and do what they want when they want, wouldn't they?
I never said that it was going to be easy, did I? Of course there would be difficulties along the way. But if you work on a wage for someone else, there is always a limit to what you can earn. If you're able to make a success of your own business, there is no such limit. You can make a lot in a short time as well.
Yes, you might be able to make a success of the business and make a lot of money in a short time. However, you could also fail and go bust in a really short time as well. That's why people work for other companies. Your income is a lot more stable, you see. We moved in with your parents to save money to start a family. How can you possibly think of spending all of our savings and more before we've even really started saving? You still have a loan to repay as well, don't you? How are you expecting to pay the $700 that gets taken out of your account every month to pay off your loan if you don't have any money coming in?
If you just help me out a little bit, I can do it. I know I can.
How is any of this a plan? You want me to throw all of our hard-earned cash on some kind of pipe dream that you haven't even planned properly?
I'll make a success of it. I know I will. I had a really good dream last night as well. I dreamt that I became friends with a famous baseball player.
Well, if that's the case, just buy a lottery ticket and start looking for another job then.
You really think I should just stop at that? Never. It's not just that. The dream just seemed like a sign for me to follow my dreams.
If you have enough time to dream about things like that, Maybe you should spend a bit more of it thinking about how exactly you are going to support your family.
Please, Daisy, help me out. Just this once. I promise I'll make a success of it all.
Shut up now. I've heard enough. I'm not giving you my savings, so just you remember that.
Daisy, please. Is dinner nearly ready now?
Yes, Mom.
You don't look so good today. Is something the matter? It's because Ryan quit his job, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I understand. I know exactly what it is that you're worrying about. But couldn't you just give my Ryan just one chance?
Excuse me? Have you actually heard what it is that he's going to try and do?
How can you say that to me, knowing what it is that he's got planned? Of course I know what it is that he's planning to do.
How can you just say that so easily? Starting a new business is the same as gambling your savings away if you don't have a proper plan and you choose the wrong type of thing to invest in. What I'm saying is that it's a big risk and dangerous for people like us who don't have much money to start with.
I understand what it is that you're saying. And yes, what you're saying is true. But don't you think that if that's what he wants to do, it's a lot smaller a risk if you try when you're younger so that you have enough time to somehow make the money back if it does happen to not go exactly as you'd planned? If you tried something like that when you already had a stable family life, if it went wrong, it could really destroy everything. At the moment, you have somewhere to live, you have savings, and you don't have any kids yet. If he is going to try something like this, I don't think he'll get a better opportunity than what he has right now.
Mom, I don't really understand what you mean. What I'm trying to say is that people don't just try to start a business once and then stop if it doesn't go well. They try again and again. It's like an addiction or something.
If I thought it wasn't a good idea, I'd stop him. I'd stop him straight away if I thought he was going to lose a lot of money. Anyway, do you think I'd just stand by and watch if I thought that my son was going to fail? I'd step in straight away to try and sort things out and make them better. Of course I would.
I don't know.
Don't you remember what I said before? I just want to make it so that the two of you can live comfortably together and make something of yourselves. So if you really don't think you can trust Ryan, trust me instead.
Okay, Mom. I understand. I will.
Thank you, Daisy, for understanding. Oh, Daisy. I didn't think you'd be here. What are you doing? Aren't you going to go?
Go? What are you talking about, David? Go where?
What do you mean? To Ryan's shop, of course. It's chaos there, don't you know? He didn't store the salad for his burgers properly, and one of the customers found a caterpillar in their burger. The customer reported it to the health authorities, and someone has gone there to carry out an inspection. It's chaos there. Did you really not know?
What did you just say? And all of this is happening now? Today?
It's been just under a few weeks since he was reported, I think. Mom must have known. I guess she didn't tell you. Since he got reported, business hasn't been very good, so Mom has been out delivering flyers most days.
What did you just say?
You really didn't know anything about any of this? It's been nearly 3 weeks now. How could you possibly not have known? If I hadn't popped in on my way there, you might never have even found out about all of this. I really can't believe Mom and Ryan kept this all from you. They've really overstepped the mark. How could they possibly keep something like that from you when you're all living in the same house even?
Ryan said that because he was just starting out, he wasn't making loads yet. But he did tell me that the shop was doing okay. That means that he wasn't even telling the truth about that, doesn't it?
How could the shop possibly be doing okay right now? The guy that Ryan agreed to go into business with has suddenly disappeared as well. So Ryan now has to pay his part of the loan that they took out to start the business as well.
What? I didn't even know that he had gone into business with anyone else. You're saying that they took a loan out as well? Ryan told me that as the shop was only small, he was able to start it with the money that we had saved up to get a house. He never said anything to me about him taking out loans or going into business with anyone else.
He really hasn't told you anything, has he? Just know that the situation isn't very good at the moment. I think that he'll probably have to call it quits and give up within 5 or 6 months.
I really can't believe what I've just heard. You're saying that Mom knew about all of this too, aren't you?
Yes, Mom knows about everything that's going on.
Well, I guess Mom will sort it all out somehow then. She told me that she would before, you see. She told me that if Ryan started a business and it all went pear-shaped, that she would take responsibility for it, you see.
Wow, Daisy. You really are naive, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Do you actually believe what Mom said to you? Mom isn't well off at all, you know. She doesn't have the funds to sort anything out. She's always pretending that she's a lot better off than she actually is. Surely you knew that.
I don't really understand what it is that you're saying, David.
Mom and Dad made it seem like they have enough money to do whatever they want to, didn't they? That's not true. Not true at all. To be totally honest with you, Dad hardly gives Mom any money at all because of her love for anything luxurious.
What are you talking about?
Daisy, are you really living with my parents? I really don't understand how the 4 of you can live under the same roof and you not know anything about what is going on with my parents or your own husband. Do they all just ignore you or something?
I really can't believe what you're telling me, to tell you the truth.
I didn't want to make the relationship between you and my family bad or anything like that. Please don't think too badly of them. They aren't bad people. I guess they just haven't told you because they didn't feel the need to yet. Maybe things aren't quite as bad as I thought they were.
No, it's fine. Thank you very much for letting me know what's going on. If it wasn't for you, they'd have kept me in the dark for I don't know how long. It's really lucky that I found out before they made me look even more stupid. Why did you come by here today anyway?
Oh, it's just that I think I found the girl that I want to marry. I was planning to tell Mom and Dad officially when they got back later. That's all.
Oh, I see. Ryan, have you lost your mind? I've heard that your business has gone under.
It hasn't gone under at all. Why are you talking like this about things you know nothing about?
I've heard that the person that you went into business with has betrayed you and disappeared as well. And that a customer reported you because they found a caterpillar in their burger. I know everything.
What? I mean, who told you all of this?
David told me. Tomorrow I'm going to go and see for myself what's going on. So you'd better tell me the truth right now.
Oh, well, yes, we have had a few teething problems like the ones that you've mentioned. But doesn't everyone?
It's not like I've been stuck in the house doing nothing, is it?
I'm trying my hardest to sort it all out at the moment, okay?
How dare you shout at me after what you've done? I heard that you took out another loan as well. You told me that the money we'd saved would be enough for you to open the shop, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I did tell you that, but there was so much that I wanted to do, and as I was so determined for the shop to be a success, I spent a bit more than I had planned to. So I ended up having to take out another loan to cover it all.
Did you take the loan out in your name?
Well, the guy I started the business with, the one that betrayed me, he isn't that kind of a person. He must have been in a really bad situation to do that. I never even imagined that he'd stab me in the back like he did.
How can you be so laid back about all of this? That means that you must be paying at least $1,000 a month in loan repayments, doesn't it? You have no money coming in, and now you have even more going out than you did before, haven't you? I don't understand how you can still be acting so calm and laid back about everything. Have you still not realized how serious the situation you've put us in is?
It's still too early to know if the shop's going under or not. Don't talk about it like that. Mom and I are trying our hardest to turn this around and to make a go of it. Don't pester me like this. If you aren't going to help, Just leave me to sort it all out in peace, will you?
Do you think I'm mad enough to help you out again? You've already lost all of our savings. What more are you planning to do to me? You and your mom said that you'd take responsibility for all of this, so you'd better just sort it out somehow between the two of you.
Are you really my wife? You really have gone too far this time. At times like this, you should be trying to help me out. You could at least ask your parents if they could lend us a bit of money or something. Or at least try and think of ideas to help me, or give me some support. Anything. You never do anything to help or encourage me, you know.
Why are you trying to make out that this is my fault? You're the one that has messed your so-called business up so much.
Oh, well done, Daisy. Well done. Your husband is going through a really difficult time, and instead of trying to encourage him, comfort him, or even help him out, you're yelling at him. What a great wife you are. What gives you the right to shout at my son like that anyway?
Mom, this isn't something that I can just let go. According to what David said, there are already rumors on the socials about Ryan's shop being dirty and unhygienic. How are you planning to sort all of that out? With what money?
How can you be so sure that this isn't a problem that can be fixed without even trying to sort it all out? Do you really have to act this way towards your own family?
I think that it is important that you can tell the truth to your family. You have to be able to be truthful and tell things how they are, even if it might be hard and something that the other person might not want to hear. Lying and covering things up to spare the other person's feelings is no good to anyone. You told me this before, Mom, didn't you? If you thought it wasn't going to work out, you'd put an end to it all. I think that time is now. I think that this isn't working out, and that we should stop before things get so bad that we'll find it too hard to recover from our losses. I think you should stop your son, like you promised me you would, before things get even worse for everyone involved.
Who exactly do you think you are, telling me what to do like this? The more I get to know you, the more I don't like what I see. I think you should quit while you're ahead.
Mom, you have to see things how they are. Do you really think that now is the right time for us to be trying to start a business?
Well, you could get a part-time job or something to try and help out, couldn't you? How can you tell me that I have to see things how they are when you're doing nothing at all to try and help out or to make things better?
Do you think that that's something that you should be saying to me right now? Why are you trying to make out that all of this is my fault?
I'm only doing all of this for you because I'm your mother-in-law. If you're living here with us because you don't have enough money to find somewhere of your own, you could at least do the housework. How can you talk to me like this when you're living in my house for free and not even doing any of your duties as a daughter-in-law? I agree with Mom. I never realized before, but you really are lazy, you know. Mom and I are having such a hard time here and working all the hours under the sun to try and turn my business around. You, on the other hand, just lie down on the bed to rest the minute you get home from work, don't you?
Did I tell you to start your own business? Who's the one that was too stubborn to give up on the idea, even though I told you that I didn't approve and that I didn't think it was a good idea?
I told you before, don't shout at my son like this! How dare you! If you think you have the right to criticize my son and his business, maybe you should put your money where your mouth is and help him out a bit! Mom! I've had enough! Be quiet, the pair of you! I can't cope with all of this noise any longer!
I thought you said you and Dad enjoyed living in a noisy house, Mom.
Stop answering back! You're so rude! Do you think I'll just take all of your nonsense lying down? Do you think that I look like someone you should cross?
My savings have been put into this business too, so I can't just turn a blind eye to everything that's going on, you know. You said that you would sort things out if they went belly up, Mom. So you'd better hurry up and sort this out and close the business down before things get any worse.
If you want to see any of your savings again, then you'd better wait, quietly and patiently. If you can't do that, you could always put some more money into the business to try and get it out of this mess. What on earth do you think you're doing? Oh, Daisy, I thought you said that you were going to work overtime tonight. What are you doing back so early? Anyway, you're blessed with things to eat. If you want to eat steak with us, you'd better go get a knife and fork.
Steak? Where do you have the money to be buying steak?
What do you mean? I have money. Why wouldn't I? I've just been saving it, that's all.
You haven't used the money that you're supposed to be using for your living expenses to buy steak now, Mom. Have you?
So what if I have? Even if it is supposed to be for living expenses. It's my money after all.
Mom! Don't you think that you're spending a bit much now that Dad's gone on a business trip and can't see what you've been buying?
Why do you think that I'm spending too much? We need to eat, don't we? Everyone deserves a treat once in a while. You must understand that. You really do think little of me, don't you? You acting like this is the reason that I can't show you off as my daughter-in-law, you know. You don't even treat me well. What do I possibly have to brag about?
Mom, why are you being like this? You were supposed to be stopping Ryan from making a mess of the business, but you're doing the opposite and actually encouraging him to make more of a mess. And spending money that we don't even have in the meantime.
You're shouting again! That's all you do these days. If you aren't going to eat with us, go into your bedroom and go to sleep or something.
If you act like this, there's no point in me working and giving you living expenses, is there? I think it'd be better if I stopped giving it to you both. If you need money, you'll just have to work out a way to get it by yourselves.
How can you look down on me like that when you only give me a measly $500 a month? You think you're something special, don't you? We're giving you a huge apartment for nothing, and you can't even bear to do this for us. Don't you want the apartment or something? Just think of the reason that you're living with us like this at the moment. If you just put up with everything for a little longer, you'll be able to get a big apartment for free out of it all. Are you really going to give up on all of that? If the two of you decide that you don't want to live there, I can just sell it. It doesn't bother me either way. Mom's right, Daisy. She's going to give us the whole apartment to live in. The least you can do is give her $500 a month. It doesn't even compare to what she's doing for us now, does it? Just be a bit more kind-hearted, won't you? Daisy, come here for a minute, will you?
What is it, Mom?
What, are you scared that I'm going to yell at you or something? Today's your day off, isn't it? Come out here. Let's have a chat. I've been going over and over this in my head for the last few days. You know the apartment that I said that I was going to give you?
Yes, Mom?
After seeing the way you have been behaving lately, I've decided that I don't really want to give it to you anymore, you see.
Excuse me?
David's going to get married soon too, you know. I think it would be better if I gave the apartment to him instead, as a wedding present.
Sorry, I don't think I quite understand what it is that you're saying. You said that you'd give that apartment to us, didn't you?
Well, maybe you should have treated us a bit better then, shouldn't you?
Mom, the only reason that I have been putting up with all of this is because you promised that if we lived here with you for 2 years, that you'd give us the apartment. You can't just go back on your word and give the apartment to David. Surely.
Why on earth not? I'm the owner of the house. I am free to do whatever it is I want with it. One more thing. I'm really not feeling too good these days. Ryan said that you were really good at looking after your elders. Why don't you start trying that out with me?
Excuse me?
You and Ryan can live here with us, and I'm going to give the apartment to David as a wedding present.
I've never known anyone go back on their word as much as you do. I don't know why I ever trusted you or went along with any of this in the first place, to be honest.
What did you just say?
I really can't live like this a minute longer. This is daylight robbery. It really is.
What did you just say to me?
I'm so angry now that, to be honest, I don't even know what I'm saying. If you want to be respected and treated nicely, You have to earn that respect, you know. I have no intention of respecting a con artist like you.
What did you just call me? A con artist? How could you say something like that to me?
Yes, I did. I've had enough now. I want out. If I stay here in this family, I think I'm going to destroy my own life as well. So I'm going to get out while I still can. I want a divorce.
A divorce? I can't believe you'd say that. Do you think that would scare me? Go on then. Try it. You don't have a penny to your name. How do you think someone like you can make a living on your own?
I'm pretty sure that I could do much better on my own than I would if I stayed a part of this pathetic excuse for a family. That's for sure. I'm going to leave right now. Well, I'm thinking of it, in fact. I'm only going to take the things that I'll need right away. So just do what you want with everything else. You haven't done a thing for me since I've been a part of this family. So that's the least you can do for me. Am I right?
You're being totally ridiculous. You don't even have anything to take with you. There's nothing in this house that belongs to you, so just leave. As you are. Get lost.
You really are something. Right to the end, aren't you? You trapped me in this pathetic excuse of a family with your false promises of a house. And now you don't even have the decency to let me leave with my own belongings? Fine. If that's the way you want to play, keep it all. I don't think I even want anything from this filthy place anyway.
Go on then. Go. Let's see how well you can live on your own. I bet it won't be as easy as you think it will be.
Hello?
Daisy! Divorce? What on earth are you talking about?
Oh, I was going to call you, actually. I won't need to bother now. Is your mom there too, by any chance?
Yes, she's here. Why?
Okay, great. Make sure you go somewhere where your mom can hear what I'm saying as well. There's something that I want to say to the both of you together.
Hang on a second. Mom, Daisy says she's got something that she wants to say to the two of us together. Has she not decided that she wants to come back yet? She really is stubborn, that one.
Hey, you!
Hey, you! Are you not even going to address me properly now? How dare you shout hey to get your mother-in-law's attention? I see you still haven't decided that you were wrong and that you want to come back then.
Oh, I see you understand me well. There was just something that I thought that the two of you should hear from me. That's all. I'm thinking of suing you for divorce instead of us agreeing to divorce each other, you see.
You what? What on earth are you talking about? Suing? Do you think that anyone can do that without even a valid reason? Don't worry, Ryan. She can't do anything of the sort. She's just saying it to try and scare us. That's all. She's right, Daisy, isn't she? You're just saying that to try to scare us, aren't you?
Well, I've been to see a divorce lawyer, and it seems that I have a case to sue you, you see. Luckily for me, thanks to your mom using the apartment as bait to keep me here, I do have grounds to sue you.
What are you saying? What exactly are you going to sue us for? There has to be a reason, surely.
I'm going to sue you for emotional damage. For the way that you have treated me, Mom. I have been working and earning a wage instead of my incompetent waste of space of a husband. And while the two of you were outside messing everything up, I also did all of the cooking and housework on top of that. Apparently, that kind of thing works highly in my favor when working out the percentages in the division of assets.
You what?
I never knew that one day I'd be grateful for the way you've treated me. The lawyer said that I should get about 70% of the apartment as well. If you don't believe me, I'll give you a copy of all of the evidence that I've collected, and you can take it to a different lawyer yourself and see what they say.
Daisy, why are you being like this? We could just talk everything through and work it all out. You didn't need to take it this far and get lawyers involved. Why do you have to make such a big deal out of everything? That's exactly what I want to know as well. Stop throwing money away and come back home so that we can sort all of this out together. I'm willing to sort this out like the adults we are.
I guess the two of you are scared now that I'm trying to sort things out by the book. Well, I'm planning to put my all into this court case. So if you want to fight against it, you better take out another loan and get a really good lawyer. If you want a lawyer, you need at least the retainer fee after all, don't you?
Are you really planning to take us to court and fight us over this?
Yes, I am. If you don't believe me, call me again when you receive the letter that my lawyer has sent you or something. You can make yourselves properly bankrupt if you haven't already. I guess you still must have something left.
Daisy! Mom, what on earth are we going to do now? Oh, not my apartment! If I lose that as well, your dad will throw me out! I'm sure of it!
Of course, I ended up winning the case. I wasn't able to completely avoid all of Ryan's debt, but thanks to my excellent lawyer, and the fact that me working and doing most of the housework swung the division of assets firmly in my favor, I didn't end up losing anything in the divorce. I was even able to buy a reasonable-sized apartment with the money that I received through the divorce. I never expected to get anything like this from the divorce. I did well divorcing him rather than putting up with their nonsense for any longer. Hello?
Hello, this is Daisy, right?
Yes, it is. May I ask who's calling?
Oh, I'm your ex-husband, Brian's brother's wife, Kathy. I would have become your sister-in-law.
Oh, so you must have become that jerk. Ryan's sister-in-law then. Am I right? Why are you calling me, though? I divorced Ryan before you even married David and became part of his family. And we've never met or anything either. I can't really see a reason why you would need to speak to me. That's all.
Yes, that's right. Daisy? I can call you that, can't I? I was just hoping that you could give me some advice. That's all.
What advice? I was always treated badly and lied to by that family the whole time I was married to Ryan. So I don't really see what help I could be to you, I'm afraid.
Well, it's just that I feel like the same thing is happening to me. That's all.
What do you mean?
Well, before we got married, David said that his family would provide us with an apartment, so I only had to get some things for the house. But later, his mother called us to her house and said that the people who were renting their apartment would be leaving in 2 years. And if we lived with them for just 2 years, they would give us the apartment for nothing.
Oh, that's exactly the same thing that happened to me, I'm afraid. I'm pretty sure that they don't even have that apartment anymore. I got 70% of it in the divorce, so they must have had to sell it to pay me my compensation, you see.
Yes, that's what I thought. You see, I thought she was telling the truth. We moved in with them, and now I'm working full-time as well as doing all of the housework and cooking and, well, everything. She also said that they had a tiny bit of the loan they took out to buy the house left to pay off, so I'm giving her money each month for that as well. I've just found out that everything she said about the apartment and everything else, to be honest, were all lies. As you just told me, they sold the apartment to pay your compensation, so don't even have it anymore. And they still have a huge loan taken out on the place they're living at the moment as well. So even if they sold it, we'd hardly end up with anything at all. Anyway, that's where David and I are living at the moment.
Oh, I see. Why did you believe them? They are compulsive liars and have no money or anything to their names, you know. You better get out of there as soon as you can.
Yes, that's what I'm planning to do. I just wanted to ask if you could recommend a good lawyer to me. That's all. I heard that you bled the family dry when you divorced Ryan, and I'd like to do the same.
Oh, you heard then, did you? Yes, I did. You did well to call me. I'll send the number of the lawyer I used to the number you're calling me from right away.
Thank you.
I've sent it.
Thank you so much, Daisy.
He really is a great lawyer, you know. He'll make sure they'll never be able to do the same to anyone else ever again. So call him and do what he tells you to do.
Thank you so much for this, Daisy.
I hope you'll get enough from the divorce to be able to buy your own apartment, just like I did.
Thanks for everything you've said and done for me today.
That family doesn't know what's coming to them. I feel even more excited than I did when I was the one getting the divorce. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.